Hello everyone, I'm Meteorologist Charlie Ironmonger. Thank you so much for joining me today for your 11 a.m. news and weather update from the First Alert Desk. Now we've got news out of Onslow County where over the weekend first responders saw over 100 accidents, car crashes, obviously of course attributed largely to the foul weather. Onslow County officials say over 100 crashes were recorded from 7 a.m. Saturday to 7 a.m. Monday, including collisions and single vehicle crashes. Now, EMS responded to 131 calls for aid, and the 911 center says 53 calls were made for fire services. The Onslow County Sheriff's Office reports that its deputies went to 157 calls for assistance, while Animal Services received 8 calls. We do want to again now turn to a breaking news special report. Not happening yet. Of course, we are waiting again on a special report coming from NBC News regarding the missing, Savannah Guthrie's mom has been missing in Scottsdale, Arizona since Saturday. We'll have a report on that coming up here shortly. But yesterday, Emergency Services Director Bradley Kinlaw told WITN that road conditions could slow response times likely through Tuesday. Now, county officials say that Emergency Operations Center is demobilizing some staff and will transition to virtual services at 6 p.m. Now, this brings us again to our next story, which is about that response time being delayed. Now, Bradley Kinlaw, the Onslow County Emergency Services Director, told us this yesterday morning, quote, "This will probably at least be delayed response through at least Tuesday," end quote. Now, Onslow County Emergency Services says the county has received nearly a foot of snow, and as a result, Emergency Services says they are under a delayed response operational plan for some emergency medical services. Now, the county says, quote, "Non-critical and non-life-threatening EMS calls will be placed on a delayed response list until road conditions improve for the safety of public and first responders. A paramedic is staffed in the communication center to assist with triage of EMS calls," end quote. Now, critical life-threatening emergency calls will still be dispatched as they are received, but the county says delays should be expected for fire and EMS crews, along with law enforcement units responding to emergency calls. Non-emergency calls should be made to the Citizens Phone Bank at 910-989-5027. And now we want to turn our attention to your weather forecast. Again, still waiting on word from NBC News regarding that special report, but we will bring that to you again once it goes up live. For now, we will focus on our weather forecast. Here's what we've got currently in Morehead City, 28 degrees. It feels quite a bit colder. Right now feels like 19 thanks to a west-northwesterly breeze at around 9 miles an hour. Here's a look at your record lows we recorded earlier this morning. In New Bern, the old record was set back in 1980, was 19 degrees. Earlier this morning, New Bern had an air temperature of 13 degrees. In Jacksonville, the old record of 16 degrees also set back in 1980. It's 15 degrees earlier this morning. So again, if you felt a little extra cold this morning, this is why. We did have extra cold air sitting over us, and while that is going to depart today, we're going to see winds gradually shift from the northwest right now to the southwest as we head through tonight into tomorrow. And that will help bring air temperatures up, but still cold outside right now. Most of us down below freezing, if not close to it. We've got 29 degrees in Jacksonville along Goldsboro and Swan Quarter and Ahoskie, 28 in Elizabeth City, Manteo, New Bern, Plymouth, Kinston, and Kenansville, along with Beaufort. Now, those are your air temperatures. Here's what it feels like outside. Not seeing a great a huge difference in your air temperature to your feels like temperature, thanks of course to winds not being quite as strong as what they were over the weekend, but we are still again experiencing around a 6 to 12 mile per hour breeze, 13 mile per hour wind in Edenton. That marks the highest sustained wind reading we have so far today. Now coming up for tomorrow, there will be again additional clouds rolling in over the afternoon hours, but early on in the morning, yet again, we are going to be experiencing a hard freeze across the east. Anything that melts today and doesn't actually make it off into our rivers and streams is going to be refreezing later on tonight. But tomorrow afternoon, with air temps expected to get back into the low to mid 40s, we're going to be seeing quite a bit of melt occur tomorrow. Roads are going to be very wet by tomorrow afternoon, despite no rain showers in the forecast until we get really to late Tuesday night into early Wednesday morning. Let's take a look again at what that is going to look like for today. Sunny skies sticking with us, maybe a passing cloud or two overnight tonight, but not a lot there. Waking up to mostly sunny skies really Tuesday morning, but then you'll note again cloud cover slowly just builds over the east. It will be high level clouds at first, and then the low level rain holding clouds will start to roll in Tuesday evening to Tuesday night. The big round of rain though likely moving through early Wednesday morning. We could see a few drops late Tuesday night, but I think most of us are going to be feeling the showers come through as we wake up on Wednesday, maybe a little bit before we wake up on Wednesday. As I'm looking at the clock there, saw 4:15 and thought, no, Charlie, you're not going to be up at 4:15. Who are you kidding? Let's zoom the picture out a little bit further and we can see where that low pressure system resides right now. Again, it's not that area of low pressure near Lake Michigan. That is one that is going to help the next low along, but we really got to look further back towards the west. There you're kind of seeing it over New Mexico, over there into Oklahoma, Missouri, and then eventually Arkansas. That is our next area of low pressure that will be giving us some raindrops. That'll likely move through eastern North Carolina. Again, late Tuesday night, early Wednesday morning. I think most of us, again, getting wet early Wednesday morning, and then through the day on Wednesday, we'll see that frontal boundary work its way out into the Atlantic. However, we could potentially see with that secondary low forming further back towards the west, that could bring another round of some moisture to eastern North Carolina when air temperatures are cold, and we may squeeze a few more snowflakes out of that system. But will it matter? Most likely no. It does look like I think we're going to be seeing very little, if any, accumulations on grassy surfaces, just not looking like the same setup we just got done with over this past weekend. But for tonight, still a first alert weather day because of the cold temperatures and the slick roads. Again, once air temps drop back down below 32 degrees and that sun sets, everything refreezes. It is again going to be a very cold morning tomorrow morning. More ice out on the roads. But again, tomorrow we will see more melting thanks to air temperatures back up into the mid 40s. We'll see about school tomorrow morning. May end up being a delay, may end up being canceled again, but I think by the time we get to Wednesday, we should again be back looking at school for the kids throughout eastern North Carolina. That's just my guess, my estimate. We'll see what school administrators say. Obviously, a lot of it will come down to the status of secondary roads and whether or not buses can maneuver safely around any sort of lingering ice and snow that may still be on the ground. I think Tuesday morning it will still be on the ground. By Wednesday morning, I have high doubt that it will still be on the ground. Well, again, we are still waiting for the special report from NBC News regarding the disappearance of Savannah Guthrie's mom to come up. It has not yet. We will bring that to you right here on the First Alert Desk when they do go live with that special report. Until then, I want to wish you all a very happy Groundhog Day. Hope you all have a fabulous rest of your Monday. We will see you back here at the top of the hour for more First Alert News and weather.